What a beautiful day it is today. The mainstream media is crumbling, the sun is shining, there's birds chirping in the air, the MSM is slowly dying, and it's not too hot out today. There's flowers blooming right now. And did I mention the mainstream media is actually dying? It's a good day to be alive. This is Dan Dix here, reporting for Press for Truth, and I want to start today just by saying bravo to James O'Keefe and the Project Veritas team for their expose on CNN and how they exposed how this Russian hacking narrative is just a complete scam. If you haven't seen any of these clips, here's just a couple snippets.
Then why is CNN constantly like, Russia this, Russia that?
Because it's ratings.
Because it's ratings?
Our ratings are incredible right now.
But honestly, you think the whole Russia shit is just like bullshit?
Could be bullshit. I mean, it's mostly bullshit right now. Like, we don't have any big giant proof. I just feel like they don't really have it, but they want to keep digging.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the president is probably right to say, like, look, you are witch hunting me. Like, you have no smoking gun. You have no real proof.
And the CEO of CNN said in our internal meeting, he said, good job everybody covering the climate accords, but we're done with it, let's get back to Russia.
Hey man.
The Russian thing is just a big nothing burger.
Really?
Yeah.
Then why is CNN constantly like, Russia this, Russia that?
Because it's ratings.
I'll include links in the description so you can see their investigation in full, but I think it's safe to say right now that the mainstream media is completely failing, and it's about time people see it for what it really is. A propaganda spin machine designed to empower the puppet string pullers as they manipulate information for the purposes of control. The idea that Russia hacked the US election has been a major talking point for news outlets such as CNN, despite the fact that there is not a single shred of evidence that would suggest anything of the sort. In fact, as we heard Van Jones say, the Russian thing is just a big nothing burger. Meaning essentially it's something that the American people can really sink their teeth into, even though there's nothing there. So what does this say about the current state of journalism where ratings has taken a #1 priority over the truth and profit has become the main motivator? Well, it may mean that journalistic integrity is dying within the mainstream, and in fact, it may be completely dead. This is something I've known about for years, and most people have had an inkling to. But now that Project Veritas has released its CNN Exposed video series, we now have the proof that the MSM is a for-profit business, period. Let's face it, it's not easy making a living as a journalist. I know this all too well firsthand. And although I stay true to the truth, and sometimes I've made mistakes, nobody's perfect, but still, people still often accuse me of making money for reporting on the news. Well, what if people looked at this in an entirely new light? Because I think we want journalists out there exposing the lies and bringing light to the truth, and the fact is, they gotta eat. So what if we embrace journalistic integrity, and as a society we financially reward those who bring us much needed truth? Well, with the advent of blockchain technology, a new system has been created, and that's called Trutheum, and it seeks to use the power of crowdfunding to incentivize the discovery of truth. I read their white paper last night, and I must say it's pretty impressive, and I think it has potential, so here's just a little snippet of it for your consideration. Truth is under attack. Intentionally misleading citizens has historically been an effective strategy, not just for governments, but also for many industries and businesses. The only method to combat it is to have an informed population. Truths are mainly revealed by altruism. A person discovers a truth and decides to release it because they feel it's important to reveal. Sometimes they do this at great peril to themselves and without any reward in return. In an ideal world, this would be the only required motivation for truth to be revealed. It is easy to imagine that altruism could be insufficient motivation for many people. Some of these people could be incentivized to reveal their truth if it was extremely beneficial to do so. This is why we have introduced a reward system. The size of the reward also functions as a gauge for what truths are most important for society to discover. As rewards for an RFT, or a request for truth, grows larger, it will also garner more attention. This will produce a snowballing effect that will increase media coverage of the reward size. As coverage grows, the reward will grow too. This will help find a potential revealer for the RFT, request for truth. Just think of the possibilities here. I mean, we could create an RFT, a request for truth, to find out about the missing Malaysian plane, flight MH370. Many people believe that the Rothschilds took it down in order to become the sole owners of a particular patent, that of which the other 4 patent owners were passengers of the airplane. Well, if that reward grew large enough, it might inspire independent investigations, or better yet, leaks or whistleblowers to come forward in order to reveal the truth about what happened there and then claim the reward. And knowing that it's all going through the blockchain, that means it can't be manipulated and it's visible by everyone. So I do believe this has a lot of potential to incentivize various groups out there who want to find certain truths to go out there and find said truths themselves. And perhaps they'll stop lining the pockets of these prostitute mainstream lackeys, and they'll start funding real independent media who actually wants the truth. That's why I named my organization Press for Truth, folks, because that's what it's all about for me. But the fact of the matter is, I put in a lot of money and a lot of time, and I dedicate my life to this work. So people like me really do need the support to come directly from you, the viewers. That's why I launched my Patreon account, so that viewers of my content could contribute any amount they like to support independent media that actually has integrity. At patreon.com/pressfortruth, you can contribute any monthly amount that you like, and everything I get there goes directly back into making PFT better than it is now. I'd like to hire correspondent reporters, video editors, a website master is badly needed, amongst a ton of other things. Most people won't even think twice about giving Bell or Rogers or Comcast or AT&T or whoever you're with $40 or $50 a month for programming that you don't even want. But at PFT, even just $5 a month really goes a long way at helping me with going up against this behemoth that is the mainstream media. So with your continued support, PFT can become the mainstream media so that we won't have to worry about the likes of CNN ever again. Check the links in the description to find out how you can donate, or you can become a PFT member to show your support. And be sure to share this video if you found the information useful. And stay tuned, guys, we've got some really hard-hitting video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth.